I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, peoples? How you doing, man? It is a great day. We are doing music today. It's early in the morning for me, and I don't know what time it is for Jacqueline, but we're going to find out because she has an amazing voice with new music out, and we just can't wait to talk with her. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. So tell us about yourself.
So I'm Canadian American um, girl that grew up between the two countries,
Wow.
and I felt a calling towards music pretty early on. But it was especially when I was graduating high school and I had to really figure out what I wanted to pursue. That was when I realized that it was something I seriously did want to pursue. And so I ended up going out to LA for a little while eventually, and I did brush shoulders with some top level people there, but I left pretty soon later. I just didn't feel like it, and it just wasn't the right time for me. But this year, beginning of 2023, was when I really had this very strong understanding sort of thing of like, okay, now's the time to go all in, prioritize this important part of myself. And I pretty much have done that. And, I've produced this myself and
Wow.
put a lot of work and heart into it. Yeah, just really excited for the debut single I just released on the first and more that's ahead.
That is so good. Congratulations. I mean, you do have to do it on your own time. You have to feel like it is the right moment to move. And when you don't feel that, it just doesn't feel right. And I agree with you on that. Definitely agree with you on that. So tell us about this new song that you did and you produced this yourself, girl. Go ahead with your good self. Talk about this. Let's talk.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, like, by the way, like I was still writing songs, I was still practicing singing, I was still something that I felt like I would be doing at some point. It just never worked out that I actually really committed 100% to making it like a top priority where I wasn't gonna let anything get in the way. This was like, you know, whatever. But yeah, so this year that kind of changed. And so this song, I'm really happy about this song. I think it's perfect for the debut. I was I had already created the beat and I was figuring out what lyrics I wanted to put to it. I had different lyrics I thought I might want to look at to choose from, but then all of a sudden it was like these lyrics just came to me like a gift from above. It almost felt like, and it was about a topic that I intended on writing a song about that I actually hadn't yet. And it, so for me, it has a personal story, but people listening to it, I feel like they could connect it to their own story. Like a lot of songs probably. I consider it like a victory anthem. It's just like of a person, persevering through whatever they need to and, finding that victory, finding that success in the end. And so it's called Made It. And it's actually, you might guess, but it is about this whole journey with the music industry and finally deciding that's it, I'm going all in. And yeah, that's the
That's
story.
awesome. That's awesome. You said earlier that you learned some stuff. What was the biggest lesson that you learned during this time that you before you put out the music till now?
Do you mean like technical musical stuff or like more like personal
Either or.
like
I mean, what was the turning point? What was the one thing that you learned that really shifted you?
for me to feel like it was the right time for me sort of
Right.
thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, for me personally, it was like I first of all, I've had a traumatic like history and so I had a lot of time that I've spent for inner healing and stuff like that. And then eventually I got to a point where I was able, where I didn't have to focus so much on my own inner healing, but I was actually able to help take, serve others, so to speak. But then eventually it kind of got to a point where felt like I was kind of pouring myself out for others, but I still had some of my own personal kind of needs that I wasn't necessarily considering very much, like with the whole music stuff. And so that was kind of one of the big final realizations for me is that, oh, this is my time to actually think about myself for a second, the things that actually really matter to me as a human being. And the more that I could give myself what I need, the more, you know, I can be refilled to be able to, turn around and give more for others anyways. So
That's great. I love that. I love that. So that was that inner healing that you had to go through in order to actually be able to share yourself with others.
well, I guess I feel maybe it just wasn't really the right time for me because for partly for that reason, because it would just be better for everyone if I could, you know, come to a platform already having gone through a lot of inner healing, already having learned a lot of techniques that I believe are some, powerful techniques, so that I can more, you know, that would probably help people more
Right.
than being still
Yeah,
broken.
definitely, definitely. Wow, wow, wow. So it's amazing how personal things can influence your creativity, your moment, your out, you know what I mean? Going out, being out there and sharing your music. What is next for you?
Well, I am very excited that my next song, Time, is scheduled to be released on Friday, January 5th. And this one is a little more personal than the first one. The first one is definitely still personal. Like I said, it has to do with this whole music industry calling, but the second one goes more into relationships and actually really is pretty authentic and like what we've been talking about with inner healing. One of the things that I really needed to overcome that I developed with connection to hardships I've been through was codependency, which I know a lot of people, especially women, but probably just people in general can relate to. And so talks about how overcoming that and how, yeah, and yeah.
That's wonderful. I love the way you're using your music to heal yourself.
um, Yeah, like just share. I'm really intentional with the lyrics that I'm writing about, that it's something that I'm really connected to and that I just, yeah, the lyrics mean something to me for sure in that sense. And hopefully, yeah, hopefully the listeners can also feel connection there.
Definitely, definitely. Where can people find your music? Where can they find you?
Probably easiest way where all the links are located would be the website soulonfirerecords.com. Um, but of course we are on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Spotify, all the major streaming platforms. And so we love to connect with everyone everywhere.
Definitely, definitely. Well, thank you so much, Jacqueline, for being on the show. I appreciate it. And we're going to put all of your information in the description box below so that people can find you easily. Also, your bio. You're an amazing 4-octave singer. And it's just like people need to know about you
Thank you so much. Such a good
anytime.
time.
Anytime. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to go ahead, subscribe, like, comment, go to the page, join, like, whatever you do, follow, for Jacqueline. So on firerecords.com and also JacquelineJudith.com. We're going to have that information in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And don't forget to dare to be different. Until next time, guys. Bye.